Do you think over-dependence on AI models or LLM will make people dumber? And what does it mean for inequality?
Well, if everyone's dumber, that'll be very equalizing. But I do actually think there's now a bunch of evidence that people who, that just like that autopilot, people who rely very heavily on tools that automate, they do lose facility. Like human expertise, it's great, has a short shelf life. You need to keep it in practice. Like, pilots, professional pilots have to spend multiple days per year in a flight simulator, even though they fly for a living, right? Just to practice. And so I do think, and this goes to the work I was talking about by Tanya Buccina, for example, how do you use tools to enable people to deploy their expertise more effectively and learn it more efficiently? That's the incredible design question that we face. But it's quite possible for just the opposite to happen. And this is especially concerning in education. My older daughter's partner is a public school teacher, and he teaches honors English. And he says, and the kids that he has, never in their life would they ever think of cheating on anything. But now now that they have AI, they don't sort of think of that as cheating. They just have a chatbot do a writing assignment. Well, that undermines their learning, but at the same time they think, well, if I don't, everybody else is doing it, I'm going to be punished for not doing it, right? So it's actually a very difficult situation for people not to default to an unproductive thing. So learning how to use AI is like, if you're not writing or doing your work with a chatbot window open, you're missing an opportunity, right? Because there's all kinds of ways it can be useful to you to say, like, explain this to me, help me brainstorm this idea, draw a picture of this, etc. But if you just use it to attempt to do your work for you, in the long run, that's not going to be very productive. I think the evidence, by the way, of from the recent paper by Chatterjee and Deming and others of the data from OpenAI says most people are using it for asking rather than for doing. They're asking it for explanation and advice rather than just do this task. But I do think there is really a danger there.